Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Hannah's Homemaking. Today we're going to be doing a little bit something different. We're going to be trying to tackle sewing. So recently one of my best friends told me that she's pregnant, which is amazing. So as a gift I thought that I would make her a bunch of baby clothes and baby items for her and her family since she's just starting. So I'm very excited for them. I wanted to try to tackle at least like maybe a onesie and a like a romper and maybe some overalls for her baby. She's not sure if it's a boy or a girl, so we're going to be doing kind of gender neutral themes. But yeah, today I chose a simplicity pattern. I'm going to be doing these overalls. It's pattern A. I'm going to be trying to do it pretty gender neutral, obviously. That way, you know, it can go either way. And so I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought way too many yards of fabric, but I'm very excited about every single one of them. So I'm going to be trying to use this pattern first. I'm so obsessed with it. I think it's so cute. They have all like the little animals and stuff like that, and I feel like this blue is just perfect for either a boy or a girl. I mean, it is like a little florally, but I mean, it's a baby, so it could work for a boy too. She really wants a girl, so we're kind of hoping for a girl. And I would love to make some little frilly dresses for her. So I'm kind of hoping it's a girl too. But yeah, so we're gonna be trying to tackle this. I've never made baby clothes before, so I'm a little bit nervous about it. I've really only made skirts and dresses, so we're gonna see how this goes. It might be kind of a learning process for both of us, but yeah, if you just kind of want to sew along with me, that'd be great.
Alrighty guys, so the first thing that I'm doing here is starting to look at the directions. I always like to try to get a good idea of what this pattern kind of looks like before I buy anything. So I kind of have an idea of what's going on, but this is just kind of a more in-depth, just going step by step now. As you can see, all of the pieces are on one sheet of paper, or like tissue paper. And so I have to cut all of the necessary ones out for that specific pattern. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The second step that I have to do is to put all of the pieces onto the fabric, making sure that it's on correctly, and cutting out the appropriate amount of pieces that I need. This beautiful fabric is lovely. It's very directionally challenging though, just because you do want the animals to be the right side up. So I had to really make sure that everything was correct. In that matter, usually patterns are really great, and they have directions to tell you how to cut it, so that's always helpful. But yeah, what you don't see is that I accidentally pinned them on upside down and had to redo this, but I got it done, and I noticed it before I cut it, so thank goodness.
Hi guys. So I've had a bit of a read of the instructions, trying to kind of get a good idea on what we're supposed to do with this. So I cut all of the pieces out appropriately, fingers crossed. They're cut on the right side and everything. I always just get nervous cutting just because it's permanent and I don't want to waste this beautiful fabric. So fingers crossed that works. I also marked anywhere that I needed to mark on here and cut the little edges and where everything is supposed to be lined up, so that'll be helpful later. For what it's wanting me to do now is it's wanting me to stay stitch these curves, that way they can kind of stay in place and it looks nice on the edge of the overall. So I'm gonna be stitching here, and stay stitching is just like longer stitches, that way you can remove them if needed. And then same thing with this guy, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna stay stitch right here as well. I just need to mark this one as well, and then we'll do that. And then after that, it looks like step number 2 looks like we need to stitch the center front seams together and clipping the curves if necessary. So it looks like on this guy, we're gonna be sewing this whole seam together with right sides together. So yeah, fingers crossed it goes well. I'll show you the directions. But yeah, we're going to do steps 1 and 2. So yeah, come along with me. All right, now we're gonna do step 2. With right sides together. Yeah, it's 100%. Oh. Okay, so now for step number 3, it says just press a 1/4 inch on the upper edge of the pocket, turning upper edge to outside along the fold line, forming facing. Stitch along seam line on raw edges, trim to a 1/4 inch. Seems easy enough. before I start on step number 3, I wanted to zigzag stitch this since I don't have a serger. That way it doesn't really become undone that easily for Kaylee. Hopefully it lasts a while for her. And then I was going to trim it as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that.
What's it up?
Alrighty guys, before I start on the pockets, I'm gonna press the seam open. That way it's nice and pretty, and it looks nice. It looks so cute so far. I mean, freaking look at that. That's adorable. Oh my gosh.
Alright. Now we can work on the pocket.
Alright, so step number 3. Look here. Alrighty, the full line. This is the correct side. Alrighty, so with the pocket, step number 3, we're gonna fold this part inward a 1/4 inch and press it, and then we're gonna do that again. I think I'm gonna leave the pockets wrong sides together, that way it looks nicer. Doesn't look as messy. I mean, since I cut them out, why not? So yeah, and we're gonna leave the cute little giraffe on the front, so that'll be good. Hopefully his head doesn't get cut off. All right. Iron again. Ready, double wrench, and then fold along the full line towards us. Whichever that guy is. Okay, so we did that, and then I think that we're supposed to sew along the edges. That way we can turn this out and it looks really nice on the outside. Show you that. So there's step 3. This is what it's gonna look like. It has stitches on here. Stitch along the seam line on raw edges, trim to a 1/4 inch. Okay, so yes, now we're back to sewing machine. It's back and forth all day. I feel like I did this wrong. Maybe I didn't. I've made a pocket like this before on my apron, so I'm hopeful. Yeah, that's actually it. That's right. I remember that. because it's gonna go like this, I have to trim all the edges. But then it'll look so cute. The little giraffe. Okay. Alrighty, so I ended up doing another serge with my sewing machine, and now we can, and I cut the edges too, so it's a little bit easier. We're gonna turn this guy inside out. He's gonna look so cute. And when we pin it to the front, this is all gonna be hidden behind, just like that. So it's a beautiful little pocket. But yeah, so once we do that, we need to stitch this guy in place so that it looks cute and the seams are enclosed. Oh, look how cute that is. It's not perfect by any means, but you know, it's the love that counts. Alright, so next step is step number 6, and that's where we get to pin the little tiny pocket onto the front, which is so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm like obsessed with this already. I can't even wait. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we're doing step number 6. On the outside, pin the pocket to the front, placing the upper corners at the large dots. Stitch close to the sides and lower edges. So I put the dots. Thought I put the dots on here. Maybe they already like disappeared from the air. Let me get the little thing first. Okay, I'm gonna read this and then I'll get back to you. Alrighty, I think I've got my crap figured out. I figured out that the one that we haven't sewed together, this one's the front. And you can tell because this little area, so this is the neckline. And then this area is like shorter, and that's where the buttons are gonna go. And that makes sense because there are my dots for the pockets. And then this one that I already did and I already pressed and stuff is the back. And that would make sense because these things, like, they go in the front. So there's like the little back neckline, and these things have the holes for the pocket or the buttons. So that would make sense for that. But I just need to do the same process with this guy. Where I'm going to be sewing this together and then serging it and cutting off the excess. So we're gonna do that, and I'm pretty sure that I did this guy correctly anyway, so that's fine. We'll just use it later. We just were one step ahead, and that's all. So yeah, here, let's just get this guy done really quick. I should say that this pattern, or these pieces, they're like, for the front and back, they're very similar, and yet they're still like different enough that, I don't know, it's just confusing me a little bit. I keep thinking, oh, well, you know, this is the front, this is the back, whatever. But now I think that I've like officially like figured it out, so we're going with it. It's just funny that I told you wrong, but it's fine. Just kidding. I need to do the zigzag. I always forget. The zigzagging is like totally new to me. I've been watching this YouTube channel. She's the one that absolutely inspired me. Her channel is called Ravelry Apparel, I believe. I'm gonna link it. I'm probably said it wrong. But yeah, I'm going to link it for you if you like sewing videos, like sew along with me. But she like really changed the game for me, and she was the one that really inspired me to do this and to push my boundaries in sewing, because before I could kind of do it, but now I would consider myself a step above at where I was. I feel like I was a beginner, but now I'm understanding patterns more. I'm understanding techniques like how to do pockets and like outside pockets, inside pockets, stuff like that. So she's amazing. You guys should watch her. She's out of, I believe it's Tasmania, Australia, or New Zealand. I'm terrible. But anyway, she's beautiful. She has a wonderful accent. She's awesome. You guys should check her out. Enough talking, more sewing. Rosalie Carol, goodness gracious. Oh, look how cute! That's funny. It's a little bit together, which is okay. But I mean, the pocket will cover this area, so that's okay. But look how cute that is. It's gonna go right there. Alright, let me press it and I'll be right back, okay? Alrighty guys, so this is the pressed front. And I know it's the front for real now. And I ended up pressing the pocket too. That way it's easy for me to apply. So I just need to find where these little dots are. Kind of replicate it. Oh, look how cute that is. Okay. Just gonna pin this guy in place. Alright, now I have to just sew the outer edges, and that step will be done. We'll just it. Alright, I don't absolutely love how that turned out, especially at the corners, so I'm gonna try to stitch a little closer and then pick all of that edge out. Alrighty guys, so I fixed the pocket. I feel like it looks better. It's not perfect, but it is closer to the edges, so that makes me feel better. Now we have to do step number 7, and that, oh, we already did that. This is stitching the back seams together, which we did that first technically. But then it says stitch front to back at side seams. So we're gonna go ahead and do that with right sides together. So there's the front, and here's cute little back. zigzag stitch this side again. Beautiful. Now the other side. Oh, it's a stop. All right, let's go press these seams. After that, we are gonna do my least favorite step. That's doing interfacing and doing the, what is it called? The facing. That way it has like super cute edges and everything. I've never done that before. I've seen it done before, so I don't know. I'm gonna take it step by step with you. If we do it wrong, then we'll do it again. There's a lot of edges and corners and stuff, so hopefully I can do it neatly. But yeah, we will do it together. I'm gonna just press these seams, and you've seen me do that before, so you probably don't want to see it again. And then I will come back with all of these little pieces and we'll go from there. Alrighty guys, so I've set you back up at my table. What we are going to do now is apply some interfacing onto these pieces number 4 and 5. And they're going to pretty much be for the neckline to make it nice and pretty, and for the edges not to be raw. Interfacing is pretty much this like thin fabric that on one side has little tiny glue dots on it, and those little glue dots help you iron it onto the wrong side of the fabric. That way it can help make the fabric that you're using stiffer than it was before. So they usually like all come with like certain directions on how to apply them. I am just pressing it, and you can kind of see the glue kind of like melts on there. That way it's all nice and sticky. A lot of quilters use interfacing. That way their quilts are nice and beautiful, and they're not just like flimsy. But fabric, a lot of people who are seamstress, they use it as well, especially for necklines. But yeah, so this is my first step. So this guy is good to go. You can see how it's definitely stiffer than like this one. This one's like flimsy. Alrighty guys, sorry about that. My camera decides that it wanted to fall. So we're just gonna be doing the same process with this piece of fabric. We're gonna try to line it up as perfectly as we can. And then we'll do the same thing. Beautiful. So those pieces are good to go. And like I said, I haven't pressed the seams for this guy yet. But yeah, super excited about this. Now we can turn it inside out. stinking cute this is so far. Oh, I love it so much. Adorable. And these will go down like this. And there will be little pants too. So, oh, I love it. I'm so obsessed. It's so cute. Okay. Now we're gonna try to figure this tricky part out. Alrighty guys, I think I've figured this out and I'm gonna try to show you what I did. So this is the front, you can see the little pocket right here. This is the back, and I've just folded it where we join together, like, you know, the front seam. And these are the side seams. I think that these interfacing pieces, we're putting them right sides together, and I'm pretty sure they want us to line them up, and then so it'll kind of look like that. And then the first thing that we need to do sewing wise is to sew these guys together, and then we're gonna sew along the edges of this. That way we can flip it inside out. That way this print is on the inside, if that makes sense. And that creates a beautiful finished edge for the neckline. So it honestly wasn't that complicated. I think that I'm just new to this. So we will see how that works. I'm a little nervous about sewing this part together and getting it pinned correctly. That way I can sew it. It is a lot of edges or curves too, so I'm just going to try to get it as accurate as possible. For the seam allowance, I think that it's the same for what it recommends, and we're gonna go with that, and we're gonna see how that turns out. Then I'll probably end up cutting it down a little bit and making more little notches. That way it can fold and look pretty once we fold it inside out. From there, I'm going to finish like turning this guy inside 1/4 inch and finish seaming that so that looks nice on the inside, and tack it down. That way the baby isn't like touching all of the interfacing and stuff like that. But yeah, after that, we just kind of go around this again, but on the outside. That way it looks nice and pretty on the outside and stitched. And then we can put the buttons on, which is really awesome. And then after that, we will focus on the bottom half. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. But yeah, let's go and see what happens. gracious, I cannot believe how stress-free that was. I feel like that went swimmingly, very well. Also, you can see those loose stitches at the top. Those were the first step that we did. It's good that our stitches are hiding those so they won't be shown on the garment. Same with this side. You can see, well, I guess that one kind of goes up, so I'll probably end up removing that. But yeah, I'm very happy with how that went. So how this is gonna go, I have to do all that, but to cut all the excess fabric off, that way it folds nicely and is really pretty and stuff like that. But pretty much it goes like that, and then we're gonna stitch along this edge to make it look even prettier. So I'm gonna cut this guy and then, I was thinking, well, I guess I don't need to serge it because this is gonna be enclosed on the inside anyway. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it because that went really well. And then, yeah. Those quickly. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is turning out awesome. Okay, this is the front. Here's for the little buttons that I'm gonna be putting on. Oops. Look at how cute that is. Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna press this and then I will come back and we're going to sew the outer edge to make it look super nice. And yeah. Alrighty guys, so I have pressed everything, but I have put this all inside out so that I could hem the raw edge of the neckline. So that's what we're going to be doing now. Then after that, we're going to sew the edges of the outside. That way it looks nice and pretty as well. Alrighty, that part is done. So now, like, we're back inside out. Well, that doesn't have a raw edge so that it doesn't, like, fray. They also, this pattern recommends that we tack it down somewhere. They said that you can definitely, like, hand sew it along the side, so I'll probably do that pretty soon. But first I wanted to focus on sewing around the edges. Just gonna flip it inside out, that way I kind of know what I'm looking at. Also, I had to stop at the store really quick to get some groceries, and I also got some of these snap-on buttons. They're so cute. Now, I put them on just these two, but here. Oh my gosh, look at how cute that is. So stinking adorable. But yeah, we're just gonna sew along the little edges, that way they look nice and clean. Hopefully I can accomplish that. It'll also help the this inner part like stay down more as well. It looks like I'm out of my bobbin, so I'm gonna redo that and then we'll be back. Alrighty, let's do this. Wish me luck. Alrighty, look at that. I'm pretty happy with it. Of course, it's handmade, so it's not gonna be perfect always. But it's already holding this down significantly better. So I just need to hand sew that and tack it down. Oh, this is so cute, guys. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Now we just have to figure out what the next step is. I believe that we just have to finish the little pants and the little leg cuffs, and we should be good to go. Alrighty guys, so we're on step number 12 now. It's looking like we need to do some gathering stitches along the bottom edge of the pants. That way we can gather it and then add the little like the edge of the pants. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And you can see my little blue dots, we're gonna be going in between those guys. I'm gonna put this back on. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna set my sewing machine to the longest stitch, and then we'll just do 2 of those. Keep long. I'm ready, one more. Beautiful. Now you can see if I wanted to, I can grab these 2 loose front strings and then pull it, and it gathers that like that. So we're gonna evenly kind of gather that, that way it can look cute and tapered for the feet. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy that on the opposite side. Alrighty, beautiful. Now let me grab that little piece. That way we could see how long we need it and then pin it whenever we're ready. It also looks like I can go ahead and press under 1.5 centimeters on the unnotched edge. Okay. Okay, so I'll probably end up pressing that edge as well, since I'll be up and close to my iron, and then I'll come back and we can gather everything and pin it and then sew that guy together. Okay? Alrighty, so I got the little feet piece. I pressed over that edge and then cut it down to a 1/4 inch. That's with the seam allowance. Now we just have to get this small enough to fit this guy. So trying to get these little threads is the hardest part sometimes. Usually these two you have to have, especially if there's a seam removal like there is here. Alright, let's see. Short. I love that also 80 gathers because it's just heavy and it just takes time and patience, and I am kind of a perfectionist, so there's always when I can't get it exactly perfect all the time, but we're trying. Okay, so those guys match up now. What you can do is knot the ends of these, that way they don't go anywhere for you. Time, and honestly, like, it's not terribly necessary, but I feel like it helps me get all this extra strings away, and it just takes me some minutes to really back on thick parts of it. Cool, so that guy's good to go. I know we're gonna have to do both sides, but now we're 13. With right sides together, pin the lower edge of the leg to leg band, matching the large dots, having raw edges even. Pull up gathering stretches to fit, baste, and then stitch the seam. Okay. Seams. Alrighty, this guy's good to go. Now you can see we pull it up and it's beautiful. We don't see any of those little gathering stitches like we had before. Let's see if it has anything else. 14. Okay, so we just need to put it in half, that way they're enclosed. So somewhat like that. We need to make sure that we get the seams correctly as well. And break it up, obviously, get the line. So I'm going to open it, please. We don't worry about it. Alright, let's know it'll get close there. Just have a little bit of stitch on the side. That way it looks nice. Alrighty, that little leggy is pretty much done. Now we just have to do the other side. Same process. Alrighty, it's 6 o'clock. I'm in charge of getting the Avalanche game on for my husband since he's about he's coming home from work to watch it with me. So I'm gonna be right back making sure, and then I'll walk you through this leg, and it's the same process. Alrighty, the Avs game's on. Thank goodness. It's the 7th game in the series, so it's really important. So I'm gonna try to hurry this up, get it done, so that way I can watch it as soon as Isaac gets home with him. But yeah, we'll see how far we get. so we did that. I believe now I just have to attach snaps. I'm not really sure how that's gonna work with this because it says in here to do a snap tape, but I don't have snap tape, I just have the snaps itself. So I think that I'm gonna have to just evenly space them out and apply the snaps along there. Also making sure to fold over the fabric so that it doesn't have any raw edges, so I'm gonna have to finagle with it. I also really want to watch the game, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will show you the finished product. Yeah, I'm really excited with how this is going so far. I'm really happy. Yeah, we just need to get those snaps on and we'll be good to go. Alright.
Alrighty guys, here is our finished product. I'm super excited with how it turned out. It's so cute. I really do think it is pretty gender neutral in general. I think we could swing it for a boy or a girl. But yeah, I ended up making the size to be between 6 to 12 months old instead of newborn, just because it was a little bit bigger for my first sewing project for her. But I will plan to do some more newborn clothes. But yeah, I'm super happy with how everything turned out. You could see I showed you the snaps that I ended up putting. Maybe next time I might change the position of the snaps, but I think it turned out really well and I'm really proud of it. And I hope that she loves it just as much as I do. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video as well. And hopefully I'll be making some more clothes for her so you can follow along. Thanks guys!